Today we're going to be talking with Lucas Remmerswaal. He's from New Zealand, and he's written this pretty amazing book called The Tale of the Tortoise Buffett, as in Warren Buffett, and the Trader here. This book is designed to teach children all across the world how to deal with finances and how to change the way they relate with the world. Lucas, welcome to the program.
Thank you. I really appreciate being here with you today, Umar.
So what's the one thing you want people to really get after they listen to this interview?
Well, the most important thing that we can actually do in our life, we already know how to do, because we proved it when we were a little baby. At one time, really the only way we interacted with the world was by crying, and Mum came along and sorted us out. So either we were dirty or hungry or something, something was the matter, and we wanted attention and we cried.
Right.
But lying in the cot, in that little bassinet, we saw these giants walking around us, and we thought, gee, that's really cool. I'd like to be a giant, and I'd like to walk as well. And so we formed the habit of learning how to walk. And I've seen very few people fail at learning how to walk. And this one habit of being able to change our habits, that is the foundational difference between a really great person like Ben Franklin, one of the founding statesmen of America, and also Warren Buffett, because you can be whoever you want to be just by simply changing your habit. Absolutely. The tipping point for me was seeing all these wise people, normally grey hair and wisdom goes together, a sea full of grey hair in front of me. These people were desperate, wanting me to be the nirvana, to help them. What they'd done, they'd invested in some foolish investments. And look, if they just had the habit of reading about that investment for one day, and perhaps let it just percolate and think about it for a week, if that was part of their habit structure, they would have never invested in that investment. Now, this sea of grey hair had vaporized their life savings. And I just saw in front of me that these people were all very genteel, very loving, very kind people, and their hearts were broken. They had tears in their eyes. Some of these people committed suicide because they felt, and so I thought, what could I do about it? And I thought about it for 2 years, and the answer was nothing. I could do nothing to help them, except to teach their grandchildren the kind of habits of mind and the kind of framework of thinking in the investment process that Warren Buffett uses. And all I've done is I'm bringing, to connect with kids, one has to be a storyteller. And I've allowed the kids to tell me which stories they want me to tell.
One of the areas that people have a lot of difficulty, a good example is when people get divorced. One of the major reasons, other than infidelity, is financial reasons.
Absolutely.
When you ask people how happy you are, what's going on, the areas that they're least happy with is, if I only had more wealth in my life, more financial freedom in my life, life would be different. So finances are the albatross around most people's necks, and you want to do something radical, which is help 100 million children around the world understand the behaviors they need to deal with finances in a more productive and a more rewarding way.
Absolutely. And I think we're going to find it really easy. I think this is just going to, a tipping point will come, and this is going to be so easy to empower kids to make the world a better place. Because when you look at a guy like Warren Buffett, it's never been about the money. Sure, the money is the method of keeping score. But when you've given away 99% of your money, and when you are encouraging other billionaires to give away 50% of their wealth right now, you can see that, you know, he was asked recently at a shareholders meeting, what do you want to be remembered for 100 years from now? And he laughed and said, old age. Well, we don't think he's really going to be 180. But then he answered seriously, and he said, a teacher. Once a month, the students come down to my office, and that's the time I enjoy most, is teaching. And I really see that his whole life is a living example of what is possible, of what compound interest, what the eighth wonder of the world can do for you. And his ability to get better, at age 65, he didn't stop learning. He's the best learning machine on the planet. So he's perfected the method of how to learn.